Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Brooklyn Prepper. Okay, this is part 4 to my city survival series. All right, I'm out in the city right now. I'm up in my very secret bug out location, but I figure I'd do a video because you could use all the stuff I'm showing you in the city also. All right. So what I wanted, we went through on my other video. We went through a lot of stuff about cooking and heating and all that stuff. Now I'm just gonna dabble on lighting. A bunch of items that you really want to have around in a bad situation, right, is lighting. You got to have alternative lighting, right? So you can see, you have to cook, and you need whatever you have to do, whatever you need light for. All right. So I stock up on a bunch of these. You could get them fairly cheap anywhere. You can get them at garage sales. You'll find them used all over the place. They're lanterns, simple lanterns, right? Buy yourself about 2 of them, 4 of them, right? And what you're going to do too, you're going to buy extra wicks for them also. So you always want to have extra wicks for them too. In case these wicks burn out, you got a little backup there, right? And with that, you got to stock up on the oil. All right. So see, that's just one bad thing about these things, is that you got to have oil to run them. But the oil, it lasts pretty long for these things, right? So I don't know exactly how long. I never sat there and timed it, right? But oil and wicks and these are definitely a great lightsaver. Star Wars. Lifesaver. Oh, that's funny. All right, so that's that. So here's you go. And know what else you could do with these? And I didn't do them yet, but I was fooling around with it. See the top plate here, right? When you have these things on, this top plate, right, gets extremely hot. Right, so I was thinking about removing this top plate and putting like a little screen on top of it. So while you got light going on, you can maybe boil water for coffee or tea or something, or just sterilize water as at night. So you're not only getting the light, you're reusing the energy to boil water also, because they do get hot up here. If you put a little pot up there, you could definitely boil water. All right, so that's that. Star Wars. All right. That's the wicks. You got your oil, right? Now what you got here, I picked this thing up. This is a crank light, which you don't need oil, you don't need wax, you don't need anything. You crank them up, right? You turn them on, and they pretty much light up pretty good. It's daylight, you probably can't even see it that good. But what else I liked about it, it has a radio on it also, so you can actually just scan for stations and stuff once you crank this baby up. You know? You hear it? Aliens are talking to me. Alright? So this is what you have. Alright? So if you look for these, you can find these all over the place too. Definitely good. Crank flashlights, they last forever. I don't know the shelf life on them, whatever. Right? But I'm sure if you vacuum seal them, they'll probably last longer. Right? But that's you got. It has a radio on it, and it did come with attachments to actually charge your cell phone on it. But I don't think we're going to be talking too much on cell phones during an Shtf. Alright, but the radio is a plus and has nice light on it. Right? You got some small lanterns, right, that LEDs, right, and they run on batteries. Right? I don't have it here, but I have it at home. I wish I brought it up to show you. I bought this little thing. In one of my other videos, I'll show it to you. It's a little solar charger where you could charge your batteries. So you could use rechargeable batteries in this. Just leave them out in the sun all day, and they'll be ready for you to use at night. Right? But it's a little unit. I forget the name of it, but I'll show you, or I'll post it somewhere where I got it. I got it at Radio Shack. Right? But it's a little solar panel, and it's a battery charger. Pretty cool. All right, so you got that. Which really good thing, you could buy these things. See here? These little tea lights, you put them around for romantic evenings and stuff, and your little nice jars, right? They throw off a nice amount of light, and you could buy these by the bagful, and they're really cheap, right? So this is definitely a stock item you want to stock up on, right? Because candles, you don't need batteries, you don't need oil, you don't even got to crank them, you just got to light them, and they last pretty long. And you can cook on these things too. I've seen people make little solar things to cook on them. What I know, I would just make a little fire, right? But definitely look into tea lights. They're definitely great to have. Buy bags of them. they're really cheap, and you get like a billion of them in a bag. Alright, so that's what I got for lighting. Right? And little things like these things. Remember I bought at the 99-cent store. Have a few of these around because you always can slack them somewhere where you need some extra light. But what I did here, what I found was pretty cool. Right? These are those little solar panel lights you put on your lawn so people could walk to your house and not fall. And what I found what these are good for, you could keep them out and you got a light source. But what I did different with them, I took it apart, right? Because the light they really throw out, if you guys, anybody who owns these, they throw out this weird pattern of light. It doesn't give you a soft light. So what I did, I took a plastic cup. See this little plastic cup? And there's a little reflector that's in the bottom of this thing, right? And I put it in the bottom of a little plastic cup, right? I tell you one thing, when this thing goes off and you put this on top of the plastic cup, right, it gives a nice soft light. You know, instead of using this thing that comes in, it just shoots these beams out, like, and I didn't like it. It just really couldn't get a good light. But once I did that, right, and I put this on it, it was a nice soft glow, and it enough to write and everything. So definitely buy it. These were $2. $2, man. I found these things for $2 at that hardware store in my neighborhood, right? But definitely it's something a must. And what you're going to do with these, after you charge them up in the light, you can open them up and just disconnect the battery so you don't have the things rolling when you're in a dark place. So you just put the battery back in when you need the light. But these things are definitely great because you charge them up in the sun. You know, the sun's not going to go away, hopefully, right? And just try the thing with the cup. If you have any of these, take it apart, take that little reflector out at the bottom, right? Put it in a little clear little drinking cup, and take this stupid thing off. I don't know why they put it there. They throw a really stupid beam. And then you're going to put this on top of it, and you get a nice soft light. Okay? That's light. Now you can see. Now, so that's the lightning. Now we're going to move on to thunder. Okay? I get a lot of PMs and saying, what's your suggestion on firearms and all that? Right? Like I said, I'm not, you know, I'm not going to go into the whole firearm things too much and everything, right? Because there's a lot of great guys out there, and they're very knowledgeable, far beyond me, right? All right, but I'm just going to show you my little opinion on certain firearms that you want to have, right? Or whatever is in your means, right? All right, for home defense and everything, right? I'm going to start off with this one here, right? This is a 1022 Ruger, okay? The 1022 Ruger, the gun fairly cheap. I think they go for $2 something with the synthetic stock, right? You got a nice little scope you could buy, right? It comes with clips, little 10-round magazines, but you can buy the Boulder Creek 30 rounders, or I think they're 30 rounders or 20 rounders, right? But these guns are flawless. If you're gonna own one weapon, if you know you're not a big person into guns, you know. You just want something that you might have to use in self-defense or something. This gun right here, right, in close quarters and short range, is going to send a message out. You know, I know a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't have a knockdown power and everything. You know what? You get shot with a BB gun, it hurts. This is a 22 caliber, right? And you can shoot these things with no kick, no nothing. And the great thing about these, like the reason why I'm saying, if you're only going to buy one weapon and you're prepping on a budget, you could buy tons of ammunition for pennies for this gun, right? You could buy 500 rounds of good 22 hollow points for at least anywhere from 25 to 30 bucks, 500 rounds, right? You can't go wrong. Like I said, like most guys are more familiar with weapons, but if you're that type of person who's not familiar, you just want something to have around to protect yourself, this is a good bet, okay? It comes with the clips. You buy some extra clips, you load them in. It's semi-automatic, right? So all you do is lock and load, and boom, 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 right? You pull the trigger and you're good. So that's the Ruger 1022. Nice weapon. All right, we're going to move. If you want to get for home defense a little heavy hitting, right, then you have this. This is your model Remington 870 pump shotgun. This is it's the one with just a pistol grip. It's low profile. You could hide it under a long jacket or whatever you have to do if you're out foraging and plundering the city and whatever. You could stay low profile with this. You could use slugs, you could use double O's. I like double O's. They give a much more bang, right? So you get the slugs or double O's, or you can just buy birdshot. Again, shotgun ammunition is fairly cheap, not as cheap as 22, but this definitely has a lot more knockdown power, but doesn't have the reach the 22 have. The 22 you got a lot further reach than your shotgun, but for close quarters you can't go wrong. And a Remington 870 is one of the top shotguns I will go for. All right, so that's that with shotgun. You know what? Like I do with all my stuff, with most of my weapons, I always mount them with a flashlight. You know, so you got your tactical flashlights on it, right? So you could throw some light on the situation, or it gives you a little tactical advantage. All right, so that's the pump shotgun. All right, guys. Right, more expensive than twice as much as the 22. All right, and ammunition is going to be twice as much, and 22 ammunition is very light. Shotgun ammunition is bulky and heavy. All right. Okay, now this is the AR-15. You see them all over the place. I got a tactical light on it. This one goes from single light to strobe. Right. Great weapon. You know, I like it. It's, you know, you could shoot 500 yards. You're good with this gun, right? You can buy 10-round magazines, 30-round magazines. You know, you got to check your local laws, what's legal for you around there. You know, do you really need something like this? If you're just prepping and if you want something around your house to protect you and your family, you don't need this. You know, this is for people that really, you know, that are more familiar with weapons, right? You go along these lines. I love this gun, and you know, it's my main battle rifle. But do you really need this type of weapon? Absolutely not. You know, you just need something that's going to get you through whatever situation is going to happen. That's the AR-15, right? It has removable handle here where you can put a scope on it and everything. I also have the longer version with the semi-target barrel on it with a nice scope setup, right? Well, that's that, the AR. Get that out of the way. Okay, last but not least, BB gun. This is a CO2 pellet gun. Silent, they're very quiet, good for shooting birds, squirrels, you know, a lot of small game you could get with these, with not making any kind of real noise, you know, so you're not drawing attention to yourself. As home defense, I wouldn't go with a BB gun as home defense. You know, you get shot in the face with a BB gun, you're gonna be screaming, right? But I wouldn't go with home defense. This is definitely a good gun to stay silent when you're trying to get some birds, rabbits, squirrels. A BB gun would serve its purpose. Alright? That's what you go with those weapons. But my favorite weapon is the Brooklyn shotgun. Oh, many days I carried this around Brooklyn. Give me my money. You get it? Give me my money. I'm only kidding. I was always a good boy. Right? But baseball bats are great to have around. You know what I'm saying? They're good for baseball and they're good for other things. Right? The Brooklyn shotgun. Don't forget to have these near your doors. Buy a couple of light aluminum ones and bang, you can send your message across. We'll get your money back. Or, in real close situations, you're not going firearm, I like to carry one of these. These are the best. You get a little axe, right? Good for chopping wood. And plus you could turn somebody's head into a piggy bank. Right? There you go. So this is good for close in fighting, right? Is the battle. Not a battle, you don't gotta get a battle axe. You could buy any axe. It's gonna do its job. Alright, so that's it on my home defense and everything and firearms. Like I said, when it comes down to firearms, it's all about your own budget and your choice, right? Like I said, I'm not going to go into detail and how to tactically be sound with a rifle. You know, that's not my job to teach you. There's plenty of guys out there that have some good information out there. All right, so you got your light, you got this. You're like a crazy Indian, and that's what. Oh, I forgot one thing. Right? Got a backpack, right? I forgot to show you this one. All right, you got a backpack, and my buddy Roebuck is a big fan of this little gadget. All right, fits right in the backpack. This is your 9mm Kel-Tec. Right, you could fold it. Takes 10-round magazines. Right, you could put it in your backpack. You could travel with it, not being seen. It's not in the open. Right. Not expensive. This gun is about the same amount as a 22 would be, right? The ammunition's more money for it than a 22, but you got a little bit more punch with this. This is 9mm round, all right? So this is for you, low buck. Here's my little baby. He has his all decked out. I just kept my standard, but that's it. This is a great little gun. I keep it in my backpack. This goes with me on my quad. It goes with me every time I go out into the woods with my family. This is the gun I usually take along with me. It folds up, like I said, look, right in the backpack. Put in your backpack and you're ready to go. Alright guys, I hope that helped out a little bit. But take my advice, man. Make sure you have lighting, right? And buy these things. These things are definitely cool to have. The little, we call it solar panel lawn lights. That's what it is, okay? You got your lighting, you got your lightning, you got your thunder. Like I said, when it comes to firearms, make yourself a decision, right? You don't gotta have 50 billion of them. You only have one finger, so you're gonna just make the right choice for yourself. Don't go crazy. Don't stress out about it. There's a lot of things, you know. Like I said, so a lot of people out there are not familiar with firearms and everything. 22 is a real simple gun to use. Maintenance is basically zero on these guns. I'm lucky if I clean that thing once a year, right? You could put thousands of rounds through them. They always work, right? All right, guys, so live for today, prep for tomorrow, and I'll see you next time. Oh, just a little note. I'm going on vacation soon, so I just wanted to let you guys know out of courtesy. I'm basically not going to be putting any more videos out for a while, like maybe into mid-August. So I'm taking July off and half of August. I'm going on vacation with my family. It's time to have my family time, right? So hope you guys all have a nice summer. Enjoy your vacation. I'll see you mid-August. I got some good stuff. I'm going to be doing a lot of filming when I'm on my vacation, and I got a real good bug out bike to show you guys real soon. So live for today, prep for tomorrow, and I see you next time.